Very good morning to all of you today. And the weather is all still very cloudy, still very wet, but it's always pleasant for a morning ride when it's not raining. So God bless you this morning from both our gospel host Thiru and me. And today I just want to do a little bit of recap of things that were said as we've been making these little messages. And today I just want to recap on this whole concept of law and grace. And in the last message that we made, we ended it by saying that there are two programs that God is operating on. The first one is the earthly program, which is the prophetic program, and this prophetic program was under the law. The reason I say it was is that because God has not finished with it. Because when Jesus Christ came in fulfillment of all that the prophet spoke about, we have the fulfillment of all the prophecy up to the death, burial, resurrection, and ascension. And that ascension we find in the book of Psalms 110, verse 1, where it says, through the mouth of David, that the Lord said unto my Lord, come and sit at my right hand till I make your enemies a footstool. Now that till is words like till or until are time words. Come on boy, keep moving. So he said, till I make your enemies a footstool, which refers to the second coming. Now when Jesus Christ came in fulfillment of that prophecy, he came according to the prophetic agenda to save Israel as a nation, and it was conditional that if they as a nation believed, not just individually, then he would set up his earthly kingdom. That's the kingdom of heaven on earth. It would be a glorious kingdom. It would be that utopia kingdom that everyone dreams of, where it is so beautiful that the curse is lifted and there's nothing evil there. So, but the Jews rejected Christ, as we know, and in their rejection, what God had to do was not stop the prophetic program, but rather just put it aside and shift it out to a future date. Now, so we have about 483 years out of the determined 490 years that God had determined upon the people of Israel. So we have 7 years left for the prophetic program to be completed. So this was, and the prophetic program all falls within a definite time frame. Now if you're a good Bible student, you know that when God spoke to Daniel, he said that 490 years have been determined upon thy people. Okay, so that was a time frame in which God was going to do everything. But after 483 years, that is at the end of the crucifixion and ascension, we find that Israel, even after the ascension, even after the apostles preached their hearts out, and this we find in the early part of Acts, and the message was saying that, yes, the one that whom you crucified, God raised him from the dead, and now you can accept him as the promised Messiah, in so many words as the one the prophets spoke about. But they still refused to believe. God giving them every opportunity to still believe so that he could set up that kingdom. But they didn't. So God set Israel aside. He didn't cast them out, but he set this program and shifted this remaining 7 years out to an undetermined date out ahead. And what he ushered in was also an undetermined period of time called the Age of Grace. And this is where God made a transition into his next program with the raising of the Apostle Paul, and through the Apostle Paul. A little Jew, he saved him on the road to Damascus. Come on, boy, keep going. And then made him the apostle of the Gentiles and ushered in his age of grace. And now this age of grace was a totally new dispensation. In other words, it was a brand new administration where God was not going to deal with human race according to the law, but by his grace. And we get the reasons why when we study the letter of Apostle Paul, because he is the one that God chose, and he is the first one to step into the body of Christ, the church which God is building. So these two programs are not running together at the same time. Prophetic program has been set aside for a future date, and right now God is in the midst, very busy with his mystery program in this age of grace, where he's saving individuals without Israel and without the law. Let us see if hopefully he'll get over this. Come on, boy. Can you? Good boy. Come on, come on, come on. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Very good boy. So do keep that in mind. God bless you. As I don't want to say too much, as you just think about this and just absorb all this and take it in. And what I want to end with over here is that the prophetic program and the mystery program do not mix. The reason is simple, because the prophetic program was under the Mosaic law and the mystery program is under grace. And the Bible is constantly repeating and telling us through the Apostle Paul that you are no longer under the law, but rather you are under grace. So, and these two will not mix. God has been very careful in separating these two, and like I always say, that we should also be equally careful in keeping them separated. So God bless you and have a wonderful day.